Hey guys, Juan Mazo here, and thanks for watching the video. Today I want to cover something it was a decision that has really impacted my life. Way back when I was 14 years old, I had to make the choice of what to learn, right? So I went to a vocational high school. That's essentially where you go to school and you learn a trade: plumbing, auto mechanics, auto body, electrician, or in my case, IT. The reason I went with IT was a decision solely based on how useful I could be to everyone else in the future, right? At the time, I was actually a really lazy kid. If you asked me to be a carpenter on a rooftop, construction, I was like totally not my thing. But I was always super nerdy and geeky, and really what I found to be my passion was technology. I love technology. I would find out what the latest things were that coming out, like, processors, memories, video games were like a huge thing in my life. And when you just aligned what I was passionate about with money, then all of a sudden my decision was super simple. I could make a ton of money in technology, always be interested in what I'm doing. And for me, it's just what worked out. So being someone who's a little bit hands-on but super nerdy, that was definitely where the two passions of mine existed, and they met. I was super fortunate to be able to also go work in an office setting from a young age. From the time I was like 17 years old, I was working in technology at these things called managed service providers, literally making way too much money as a 17-year-old who, previously was working at like Stop and Shop. The reason I went with IT as well was most kids, their first job opportunities are in retail. Their first job opportunities are, being a cashier at like a grocery store. And there's nothing wrong with those things. But me personally, I always wanted to make the most amount of money that I could. My biggest focus since I was a younger kid was to make a ton of money and use my brain and use my knowledge and really, master technology to make cash. I was super in love with technology. It was right up my alley. The greatest benefit at the time was that everyone back in 2000s was like, hey man, technology is where it's at. That's where you need to know. And fast forward to today, I'm an entrepreneur. I know a ton about all these new technologies that are being supporting entrepreneurs today, like Shopify platforms, ClickFunnels, Facebook ads. Being super nerdy and technical and great at learning things at a young age really set the ball in motion for me, because now you can have a whole new ad platform, a whole new website platform, a whole new e-com platform, and I feel very comfortable mastering these things. It taught me how to be passionate about things. It taught me how to learn anything that I want to learn. And overall, I could just make a ton of money with it again. And that was how I made my decision. I know that a lot of kids at 14 made decisions based on where their friends were, what was interesting, what was fun at the time. But me being the super logical person that I am, for me it came down to how much money can I make an hour and how fast can I buy my first house, like soon after I graduate. And the super sweet thing about everyone who graduated my school is that as long as you stayed on track, you're probably making 20-25 bucks an hour. And that was like, a ton of money back in the day. Still is a good chunk of change today, and you didn't need a college degree. And hopefully, if you guys have to see these decisions anytime soon, you make the right decision for yourself as well. That's it, guys. That's all I have today. I just wanted to explain how I found something that I was super passionate about when I was younger, how I stuck with it, why I stuck with it. It was, made a ton of money, easy decision to make, and I didn't have to work all that hard. I got to sit behind a computer and really focus on things that I was passionate about and generate cash with it. And because of those skills and those decisions I made that long ago, today I'm really collecting on all the dividends from it all. I have the greatest ability to learn, and I have the ability to make money without having to go out and buy extra tools or, be stuck in any central location. And, that was so many moons ago that I'd become a master of technology and decided to move on to new things. Let me know if this video was useful. This is a part of a larger series where I want to show people kind of like the steps I've taken to get to where I am today. And hopefully that helps some people that are stuck along their paths. Let me know if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, shoot me messages in my direct messages, private messages, add me on all the social media platforms. I've got a ton of great content coming out. You don't want to miss it. Thanks, guys.